Hey guys, this is Camfrey15, joined by my co-host, the Red Wolf, and I am back at it again, or we're back at it again with another Eden Zero review for you guys. And listen, quick mild update. We're actually be changing Eden Zero reviews to a different day. We're gonna have to probably talk about it. Because I actually have class Thursday night, and typically I like to record these videos have to go up like we have to record like Thursday nights, and then they get up pretty late. But since I'm going to be in class, well, I have no time in my schedule to record, so we're going to have to find a different day to do these. But we'll see it as it. See, maybe, probably Mondays or Wednesdays or maybe Saturdays. Depends how much I have to upload on one day. So yes, but other than that, getting back to it, we're back with Eden Zero, continuing the story. Obviously, this story centered around, obviously this episode centered around a new character that we're introduced, and then this also starts the next plot line in the story, and stuff like that. But let's get into it. So, last time we talked, obviously Shiki defeated Elsie and got the Eden's Zero ship, and we also met a new character by the name of Witch. Now, the thing is, we find out about Witch some very interesting details. She can actually listen in onto any conversation on the ship, so she knows what you're saying.
That's kind of unfortunate because now you don't have any privacy. Ugh.
Yeah. Also, the reasoning behind that is because she's essentially part of the ship, so it's like she's an extension. But hey, whatever. Also, too, she goes on to mention that there are three other people on this crew or on this ship that are like her, and they are called the Shining Stars. Now, please tell the audience why we need all four Shining Stars together.
Well, if you want to get to the outside of the Sakura cosmos, you need more power, and the more of the shining stars that you have, the more power you'll add to the ship, pretty much.
That's nice. That's nice.
Hmm.
Anyways, going on, as I was saying, yeah, they got to get past the Dragonfall to get past Mother, and essentially the Dragonfall is, well, I guess you can say like, how would I the it's like the
Like the ocean in One Piece. I don't know.
yeah, I forgot the calm belt, the calm belt. The only difference is there's dragons here, which is shocking enough that there's dragons in a space world of Eden Zero. Um,
There's
but
there's a lot of things that doesn't make sense to me in Eden Zero, yet it's still happening. Like two Weisses now.
yeah, yeah. But they have to make it past, and we find out that essentially these dragons will just destroy your ship if you get even close to it. So they need the four shining stars to get past these ships. Now, we find out some interesting information, and that pertains to Rebecca unlocking her ether gear, and which tells Rebecca, listen, if you continue to, to take baths every day, you'll then further unlock your ether gear. So, that's interesting to say the least. I completely forgot that plot point. So, yeah.
I didn't.
Anyways, also this scene with Rebecca getting a massage.
This man, this man, does not doesn't pass up the chance to mention.
I know.
What am I gonna do with you, Cameron? What am I gonna do with you?
Rebecca's hot. We all know it.
I mean, I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good lord.
Anyways, we also get a secret plot point that about this secret door with the code 3179, and essentially which says we need all four shining stars to be able to unlock that door, and have access to it. Anyways, after that whole issue is going on, and after Happy gets tortured with his massage, we head back to Blue Garden.
I think it just feels pleasure, not tortured.
They head back to Blue Garden. Witch stays on board the ship because, well, she has to guard it essentially, and they're looking for info about the next shining star they're looking for, and that is Sister. Now, Weiss ends up going away because he's just like, I'm in the future, yes!
Yep, he went out to explore, staying away from Shiki and the others because he'd be like that.
Yeah. Now, they end up getting to the guild hall because Rebecca wants to talk to the guild master to see if he has any information about Sister. And who do they run into?
You take this one, man. Jeez.
You sure?
Yes, go ahead.
The Edilus Wendy clone, aka Lobelia Christley. Or Christie? I don't know her last name.
I wouldn't call her a Wendy clone. I wouldn't call her a Wendy clone, not even close.
I'm not saying that in character personality, I'm just saying in look and design. She looks
no, not even either. I mean,
okay.
yes, the blue hair, but no.
Okay, then what fairy tale character is the direct correlation lookalike to Lobelia?
Who's to say? Who says she's a lookalike of any character from fairy tale?
I think she's a lookalike to Edilus Wendy.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
Hey, look, it's my opinion. Your opinion, okay, that's fine.
Oh my god, I can't believe I made it this far into the video and haven't pressed the like button. Why is it gray when it can be blue? Oh,
anyways, she essentially is just patronizing Rebecca like she typically does, and asking if she's making any more BQ videos about her acting like a little cat or something like that. And getting on Denzel's nerves over here. And she asks Shiki to, I guess you can say, leave Rebecca and join her crusade.
Yeah, if I were Shiki, I'd flip her upside down again. And
so, yes. She walks off and she says, "See you later, losers," and stuff like that. Also, it's seemingly like she gives Shiki Gravity Boy as his nickname, and two, I'm not saying she's into him, but she kind of somewhat hits on him at the same time.
Yeah, I think she has a thing for him.
I wouldn't be shocked if she has a thing for Shiki and she's trying to lure Shiki away from Rebecca.
Well, it's more likely that Shiki is going to start liking Rebecca more anyways, like more than just a friend.
Yeah, hopefully, and hopefully it's a lot sooner than sort of Nalu.
They keep teasing us. Damn it. And not only that, they made another cameo in this episode.
They did?
Yeah. I saw when Shiki and Pino went out, and I saw them among like a crowd of people. You might want to rewatch it again. Take a good look.
I didn't notice that. Wow.
Yeah, they were holding hands.
Again, of course. Anyways, after this whole thing is over and done with, Rebecca goes to go see the guildmaster. Shiki and Pino go out and look around to try to find the dog that Pino's obviously like, I want to see the dog that says woof, which was hilarious. But Lobelia's with her little crew, I guess her bodyguards, and then she's confronted by a mysterious man in a cloak that is very badass. One of the more badass looking characters in this series.
Is it okay if I yell again?
Go ahead.
Ninjas are awesome!
Yes, he is a ninja. We know his name later on, but for obviously episode purposes, we'll keep it hidden for now until it's revealed. Essentially, he's confronting Lobelia, and Lobelia's men tries to take him down, but he takes them down with utter ease and everything. That ends up with Shiki showing up and asking him, "What are you doing?" Even though, he ends up saving Lobelia. Now Lobelia starts to like hug him and everything and stuff like that. But Shiki's only doing this up the kindness of his heart because, well, nobody should be getting attacked like that.
Yeah, basically.
So what did you think of this guy's powers and the fight between him and Shiki? Because I thought it was cool.
That was pretty cool, honestly. Doing ninjutsu arts.
Yes. Yeah. Now, the guy goes on to make a mention saying his job is to take people away. We later found out at the end of the episode he's taking people away to planet Gulist. Now, after essentially literally splitting the ground open, the fight looks like it's going to continue, but he gets a message from somebody in his comms, and he's told to go back to planet Gulist. He tells Shiki, if you want to have a rematch, then come meet me on planet Gulist, and when we can have your rematch, and I can, kill you, and stuff like that. So that ends the fight. Lobelia is obviously happy, like, my hero, and he's like, and Shiki's like, are you serious? What the hell, man? We also do find out.
She was just kidnapped just a second ago, and now she's just all recording and stuff.
Yeah, she was recording the entire fight.
Yeah.
We also find out that this guy is also a cyborg. So, he was doing the Android 16 special, the Rocket Punch.
Mm-hmm.
He can actually control his hand.
Yeah.
But still, badass. And also he has an ether gear. So, cyborg that can learn ether gear. So we find out that essentially robots can do ether gear too. So, pretty cool. Anyways, what happens at the end of the episode, my friend?
They go back to the guild just to find out that Rebecca is missing, because they later find out on the news that B-Cubers are getting taken hostage, and that's when Shiki finds out that Rebecca has been taken also.
Yep. And I actually forgot to mention the guy who's capturing these B-Cubers is this disgusting looking perverted frog.
Of all things, it had to be a frog.
I totally forgot about this guy and how disgusting this guy was.
I remember, and that's not a good thing for my brain.
And I have to watch this all over again. Damn it.
The stuff you make us go through, Cameron.
Yeah. Anyways.
Maybe we should have done our reviews beforehand, like when we first started watching this.
Yes. Maybe we should have. Maybe that's my mistake. Anyways, what happens next up is after Shiki goes off to planet Gulist to go save Rebecca, we see an interesting girl, or a new girl in a kimono, and she's like, Eden Zero, huh? And that's where we're left off with the cliffhanger that leads into episode 9. But other than that, I enjoyed this episode. We got a pretty cool fight scene between mysterious ninja guy and Shiki. Obviously, this was the foreshadowing to the, I guess, what people would call the Gulist arc. I don't know what the official arc this would be called. I'd call it the Gulist arc, or the sister arc, because this is when sister is involved. Everything. Oh, and then I forgot to mention, before when the ninja guy first encountered Lobelia, he's like, I'm doing this for you, sister. And obviously sister is the person we're looking for, so clearly sister is not doing something that is good. So yeah, but I enjoyed this episode. Lobelia being the ever loving douchebag she is.
Oh, and my hatred for her becomes justified later on in the series, just to let you know, guys.
Oh, of course. Other than that, any other thoughts about this episode?
Just hyped.
Yep. But other than that, guys, I think that's all we got to say about this week's episode of Eden Zero, and in terms of our review. and stuff like that. So anyways, we're gonna get out of here. So if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's this episode of Eden Zero. Again, do not post spoilers for any future events of the manga for Eden Zero because we are anime onlys and we would not like to be spoiled.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't. I've had enough with spoilers already. I was actually almost spoiled for Demon Slayer, just an FYI.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Great.
Lucky you weren't. That luckily you weren't.
Hope not, because I'm seeing thumbnails do it by accident.
Yes, and if you do spoil something on the channel, your account will be blocked from my channel. Anyways, hit that subscribe button to this channel, but not only my channel, my co-host channel, The Red Wolf. I'll link it in the description below. But as for this channel, again, if you subscribe, you'll get other anime reviews, movie reviews, other regular superhero TV show reviews, and obviously I'm covering most of the Winter of Anime 2022's content. So hit that subscribe button if you want to get animes like World's End Harem reviews and Teasing Master Takage-san and My Dress Up Darling and Land in Ladale. So yes.
He's all about the fan service.
Well, Teasing Master Takage-san doesn't have fan service. Okay, maybe My Dress Up Darling seems to have fan service. They did show a panty shot at the end of the episode, so. Yes. In the Land of Ladale, that doesn't seem like a fan servicey show.
I have yet to start watching that, by the way. So.
Fun fact: there's gonna be an English dub coming out for it.
Cool.
So yeah, but obviously you have to wait a bit before it comes out. But whatever. Anyways, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your day or night watching this video. Until then, guys, see you guys later. Peace.